So Drake responds to Joe Budden and he wants the smoke. So Drake responds to Joe Budden and he went off on Son. Now, I did the reaction. This Drake versus Joe Budden thing is what everybody's talking about. You know, if you don't know what's going on and you want to get caught up, go check out my last reaction to how this started. Joe Budden gave Drake a bad review on his album, but then kind of took it personal. So let's go.
This is like Yachty rapping.
Now, I'm going to play the end of the last thing that we were, so some of y'all can realize what happened, like kind of like a last time on Dragon Ball Z. And then I'll read what Drake said.
And that's my... Yo, dog, I had to look up how old this was when I finished listening to the album. You are 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You are 37 years old. Get the away from some of these younger niggas and stop in these 25-year-olds.
Now, I agree with a lot of what Joe was saying about his album when it came to the critiques. But when this part came up, I disagreed completely. I don't think there's anything wrong with the OGs or the older people, and it's funny that Drake's an OG and he's never 40, the reaching down to the younger generation, because if they didn't, then people would chastise them for that and be like, oh, they live in their bubble, emperor on a hill, they don't want to reach out, they're not a part of the culture. That's exactly what they're saying. And then another thing that I find Joe super hypocritical about with this point is that if you watch the Joe Budden podcast, or if you know Joe Budden he supports Diddy, and not just supports, because it's one thing to support, but I mean like, he's a Diddy apologist. And I find it super hypocritical that you go at Drake for sleeping 25-year-olds when we know for a fact, and I personally know for a super fact, that Diddy has gone with girls way younger than that, and he's older than that. I know for a fact, and Joe knows for a fact. So when he picks and chooses the people that he's doing that to, it seems super corny, and it makes it seem like there's something personal that you're doing this about, because I'm waiting on you to speak on Diddy, because if you just the nigga who's saying this, when you gonna speak on that? I know you're not.
You're a 37-year-old billionaire. I get it that you appeal
so
to
is
the
Diddy,
world.
but you don't care about that.
Cole, like my shit is happening in reverse. Like with Cole, he used to rap about kid shit. I'm a grown ass, like real Jersey City. I want to hear how you lost your virginity, and then he started to grow up, and then the rapping sounded like an adult rapping. I want to hear adult Drake rapping for adult people.
Now I see how what he's saying there, like basically he's saying that he doesn't want Drake to sound like the kids or sound like the younger people he's around, which I could understand that, but to just be like, don't be around these younger artists is silly to me. And I could ride with you with the don't F 25-year-olds if you're gonna keep that same energy for all these old nasty men in hip hop. But you pick and choose, and you will definitely not have the same rant about Diddy's album, about Diddy. I'm waiting for that. I'm gonna keep bringing that up.
From the desk?
Okay, so this is what Drake said. Now, let me go ahead and get into my most cinematic voice. I will be doing a video because about what happened next, because I'm a little behind, but Drake responded again to Joe Budden and sent him a DM that's crazy. So this is what Drake said. He said, Joe Budden, you have failed at music. Damn. You left it behind to do what you are doing in this clip because this is what you actually pays your bills. Okay, that's not really a diss. It does, but he did. You could say he failed at music, or some might look different. Most people won't. For any artist watching, just remember you are watching a failure giving their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. Oh, nah, Drake is barring him. A quitter giving their opinion on how to achieve longevity. Oh! This shit more spicy than 8 a.m. and whatever you just dropped. Oh my God. Had he made this rhyme, this would be the most potent Joe Budden diss I think I've ever heard. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke, living check to check, and he spelled that super Canadian. And the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows, in dusty NC jeans to screw up their face to mood music, 29 and pretend to you are the GOAT? Please, any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mind state after the fact. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. The poster child for frustration and surrendering. Oh my God. No, I ain't gonna lie. Drake barred Joe down. I'm gonna give my opinion about what he said and how he reacted to this too after this. But please, to any please, to any artist that's doing what they feel right now, don't let these opinions. Okay, this guy is you're retired and we never hung up your jersey. Damn, that's a bar because he's from Jersey. Damn. We don't even remember your number. Ah! Nigga, why am I hearing this like a little what, like a bad? Then he goes on, we know you for doing this podcasting. You withdrew from rap not because you accomplished all you needed to, it's because it wasn't working for you. Oh God. I never wanted anybody in this generation to think that the whole everybody's entitled to their own opinion thing is real, which is a hilarious statement to make. To say like, I don't want y'all to think that everybody has the right to have an opinion. That's crazy. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need to put this in simpler terms, I own a 767. I think that's a plane. I'm not rich enough to know. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions. Damn. Now, here's how I feel about this. Now, is Drake on the outside looking in, it looks like Drake is overreacting. It looks like Drake is like, come on, bro. You literally just saying that not everybody deserves their own opinion is crazy. But I think this leaves out a lot of context. Drake and Joe have been having like a quiet civil war for a long time. They've been going back and forth for a long time. That pump it up. She had a good head on her, so I pumped it up. That was a shot to Joe because Joe takes shots at Drake and stuff. And they've had like a personal relationship that even when Drake first started, apparently Joe played him on some, oh, you're not big enough, and didn't want to send back a feature according to Maul from Rory and Maul. Now, here's how I feel about this. Drake is wrong in that aspect, right? But at the same time, I don't think he is. If Joe Budden can have his opinion and it be perfectly fine, and nobody calls him overly sensitive for it, then Drake should be able to have his opinion on his opinion. Joe Budden made a lot of shots that had nothing to do with Drake's music, and I fully understand why Drake would take it this way, on top of the personal history that they've had. So to me, there's a lot of this that speaks truth. Drake is saying essentially, and especially after finding out some of their past, I think if what I'm hearing is true, a lot of the reason why, because I've had a question like, man, Joe be going extra different on Drake than he goes on anybody else, and what he used to pass that off is, well, when you reach a higher standard, it got to put you at a higher thing, but that's not true, because a lot of the people that Joe puts at a high standard, he capes for. Like I said, Diddy. To the point where it's so ironic that he went at Drake for something that Diddy is way more egregious of doing, and Joe has never really spoken on that in the same energy that he did. So I don't think Drake is wrong in any way for putting this out. I do think you can have your opinion and say that you would not have done this as an oversensitive way, but I always hate it when people be like, I have the right to have my opinion on your music or what you create, but you don't have the right to have an opinion on that. What? Like, no, that's not how it works. It's freedom of speech. It goes both ways. So were some of these petty shots? Yeah, but was what Joe saying petty shots? Yeah, some of that was petty shots too when he started getting into the age stuff. So yeah, man, stay tuned for the next upload. We're going to be talking about Drake's final, I don't know if it's final, but his most recent message to Joe, and apparently it's crazy because Joe responded back and then Drake responded back. So let's get into it. Joe versus Drake. I would love there to be some music that comes from this. I doubt it though. But yeah, I agree with Joe's take on the music. I do not agree with what he was saying about the age stuff. I do agree that if Drake starts sounding younger, that's not the greatest thing, because Drake, like I said, has always been able to keep both. The reason I really like Drake is because Drake was always Drake. Drake was the ability to rap like a punchline battle rap lyricist, but also was the hit making phenom. And if you're telling me now that he still can make hits, or he's making hits but no longer knows how to keep that hip hop rap edge on him, then that's not an upgrade. That's a de-evolution, you know? So let's see what's next. I'm here.